What is the most overrated product you've purchased? Sears Best Canister Vacuum Cleaner. It was expensive, but lasted a few days over 1 year and quit, with only light household use. Sears wouldn't stand behind it. The cost of parts and repair was greater than the cost of the vacuum cleaner. No wonder Sears is in trouble. Overly expensive paint brushes from hobby companies designed to specifically paint equally expensive plastic models/miniatures. You're better off buying brushes from an art store, or getting some of the top brands like Artis Opus or Winsor & Newton Series 7. A Fushigi Ball $400 Buffy brand eucalyptus comforter. Supposed to be fluffy and not hot. Totally too hot. I bought one of those oversized gag lighters thinking the flame was going to be proportionally big. It wasn't. Nearly everything I bought on Kickstarter/Indiegogo, if I got the product at all, they're almost always low quality and don't do what they said they would. Some products would ship, but the company goes under within a year or two, so no more support or replacement parts. A garden hose that was unkinkable. I paid extra for the guaranteed kink-free feature. It kinked up like a motherfucker. I bought an unbreakable handle axe at Home Depot that used revolutionary new technology, and it broke on the third swing. Replaced it with a hickory handle axe which I still use 22 years later. Probably half the curly hair products I buy. Literally 95% fragrance and 5% good stuff. I should really do my research beforehand. Edit. Wow, this blew up overnight. Thank you to everyone offering help and thanks for the awards. Edit 2. Forgot to mention I have 3B4A curls. ShamWows should be called ShamS. Sea monkeys. When I was little, I ordered some from the back of a comic book. I thought they would look like the picture, a nuclear family who would interact and talk to me. Unfortunately, they were turned out to be very non-sentient brine shrimp. It was very anticlimactic. Victoria's Secret panties. And the quality has gone downhill immensely. I bought the slap chop, pure garbage. It literally exploded upon use as directed. No flames or anything, but all the parts came apart and went flying. A 2020 planner. When I was around 9, I got really convinced by their $5 million marketing campaign with Mortal Kombat that the Aura Interactor was going to be awesome. It was basically a haptic feedback backpack that converted bass sounds to rumbles and was supposed to make video games super immersive. I was actually nervous that it was going to hurt me, like actually feel like I was being punched. I, somehow, convinced my mom to buy it, set the thing up, and 10 minutes later I smelled smoke and then saw the smoke coming from the interactor on my back. Bought the SK Second Essence that always gets raved about in skincare communities. Used it at the same time as tretinoin and thought it was helping in the process of clearing my skin. Stopped using it and turns out it was just the tret. There was no difference in my skin after I stopped using it. The stuff is $100 a bottle. Arcage. I remember it being marketed as sandbox MMO with realistic player-driven economy. There was a pack that let you into alpha, a pack that let you into beta, and a pack that let you into few days of early access. All of the packs contained nothing but some cosmetic items irrelevant to the economy. The alpha was good. The beta was good. But with the final release, they fired up the cash store with such extreme pay to win. Coach handbag. The strap broke after a few months and Coach refused to fix it after I brought it back and the receipt to the store where I had purchased it. I bought an inexpensive replacement strap that lasted longer. After less than a year, there was evident wear at the seams. I have not purchased anything from Coach again. Most of my academic books, all the PDFs are available online. Shake weight D. The air. Within 5 minutes of turning it on, I regretted it. Earwax candles. After laying on the floor like an idiot with a flaming burning candle in my ear, I took a minute to actually think about the process. Fool's gold. One coat paint. It never is. It's pretty good as a coat paint though DDEURE. I bought a platform bed on the recommendation of the Wirecutter. They had this whole big spiel about how they test shit. This is the best affordable option. Blah blah blah. I had to return the first one I bought because it came scratched up. The second one is just a plain, cheap platform bed. I don't think there's *anything* about it different from what I could have gotten from just hunting down the cheapest version of the product. Edit, spiel, you pedants. 3U. I bought this neck massager thing from an Instagram ad. It was a cheap plastic thing with 2 foam balls. I threw it out after a couple weeks realizing it was stupid as hell. Cable TV. More of a service than a product. Spent the past 5 years without it. Had it for 2 months and there is nothing worth watching. Ribbed for her pleasure condoms. Little pleasure was experienced. An indestructible dog bed. Even claimed it could withstand bulldogs. Well, my bulldog tore out the rod that propped it open, which turned out to be flimsy plastic. Within a week, she had torn off a zipper and ripped the filling out. I was more angry at the company for making such false claims than my under 1-year-old dog. Edit to fix a typo. So I live in the UK, and Gatorade isn't really much of a thing here. It was even less of a thing a few years ago. We do have a very similar looking drink called Powerade. The only shop I knew that sold Gatorade at the time of this story was a big Tesco, and it was like 3 times the price of Powerade, solely because it's Gatorade and it's from the States. I casually say to my mates one day, man, I wanna try Gatorade, but it's so expensive, and they're all like, OMG, you haven't tried Gatorade? Mate, it is so sick, you gotta try it at least once. This got me hyped, so I thought, fuck it, I'll treat myself. I buy it and take a swig. This shit is exactly the same as Powerade. I just paid like £3.50 for essentially a Powerade I cold got for a quid. I confronted my mates about it, and they were just like, well, it is a little different. Bitch, that is not how you described it to me the other day. I still think about that fucking Gatorade, and this was like 4/5 years ago. A waterbed. It was unsettling. A smeg appliance. Comically inefficient, poorly constructed and terribly expensive new. We have a fridge, but got it super cheap second hand because some of the plastic shelves were cracked. We needed a drinks fridge, and it was a bargain. They look funky and cool with 50s retro vibe, and really not much technical development in 50 years other than low cost manufacturing. I have no idea how and why they are in business. Oh, look at the cost of the limited Smeg Dolce & Gabbana. £500 for a bloody kettle. Pornhub Premium. I'm not joking. Pornhub Premium. Please, no one say a Roomba. I really want a Roomba. Reddit Premium. A Connie 2012 t-shirt. I have a bachelor's in philosophy. One of those home facial devices that claim to be able to suction out gunk from the pores of your face. The ads looked amazing, and the gunk that got removed looked so satisfying, so I bought one. Didn't suction out shit. Just left red circles on my skin. Galaxy Fold Z2. It's heavy and thick in the hand. The phone closed, which I use 80% of the time, feels too narrow to text on. The phone opened, used only in bed, is very nice. But only in a position where you are already relaxing and probably could have just used a TV/tablet anyway. Fiji water. My niece was driving me insane, so that I bought her a Fiji bottle. When I did, she said it tastes like water. Wireless Skull Candy headphones that were €120. Thank God I got insurance, because I had to use it twice in less than 2 years. Same problem both times. Meanwhile, my old wired €30 Sony pair are running on 5 years old and work perfectly. Literally got my second replacement yesterday and got wireless Sony headphones of the same value. Never buying Skull Candy again.